1985. Big albums from Slayer, like Hell Awaits, and of course, The Head on the Door by The Cure came out, and also some really awesome movies like Back to the Future, The Breakfast Club, and The Goonies also came out as well. And of course, Jim Hopper was having an existential crisis about becoming a father.
Hey! Hey! 3-inch minimum! Leave the door open 3 inches! L, open this door. Open.
Okay. Yeah, wrong universe, guys. Sorry about that. Different video for a different time. You guys are probably asking, where are you taking this, Jess? Where in the world are you, what are you thinking about? Well, to be honest with you, this all has to do with a series that we all love. Yes, it has to do with Power Rangers, and of course, Super Sentai in a way. Now, what I mean by that is that there have been speculations about a project that Saban had going before a Power Rangers series was ever released in the 1990s. And here's what it was. Super Sentai in itself has been a long-running meta-series with many incarnations and obviously many team-ups and, of course, anniversary specials. With up to 46 of these different teams, I think about 46 at least, guys, we had known these teams to be very outgoing. Chodenshi Bioman was the 6th entry in the Super Sentai series, starting its run from 1984 on February 4th, of course, ending in January 26th in 1985, and was aired through TV Asahi. I'm sorry if I butchered that, guys. But anyways, Bioman was a very underrated series, and one that was sought out by a lot of different companies. The plot read, many centuries ago, the android Peebo and the Biorobo came to Earth from the fallen Biostar. The Biorobo showered 5 people with the bioparticles, which would be later passed down onto generations. In the present day, Dr. Man and his Shin Teikoku, the new empire gear, threatened the world. Peebo must find the descendants of the original bioparticles showered 5 in order to form the Chodenshi Bioman. Bioman was actually also distributed in South Korea through VHS tapes under the name of Space Commando Bioman. As of course many fans do know, each season of Power Rangers did come from its respective Super Sentai series. Now, of course, we lately have, of course, skipped a lot of about 4 different seasons here, and with Tokimei Sentai Go Busters now adapted as Power Rangers Beast Morphers for, different airwaves and, for a further generation, a lot of speculation is up to see, what the next Sentai will be. Well, let's kind of backtrack it a little bit, because even before Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, we could have gotten another Sentai season that would have been adapted. All due to Haim Saban himself. Haim Saban actually, around 1985, was working on a project which would not be able to be aired on American airwaves due to not enough major TV networks getting behind the idea. However, he, of course, was working on an adaptation to Chodenshi Bioman, simply going to be titled Bioman here in the US. What's actually even more interesting, considering that an adaptation to Chodenshi Bioman was being worked on but never picked up, is that a lot of the names that were used for the characters in the TV show also were used for Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. With the exception of a few of them, of course. You would have had the Rangers consisting of Victor Lee, Zach Taylor, Kimberly Hart, Billy Cranston, and Trini Crystal. With, of course, their robotic ally being quote-unquote Alpha 5. A lot of these different names are obviously also used in Mighty Morphin Power Rangers years later, with the exception, of course, Victor Lee being Jason Lee Scott.
It is another time, a future time where peace reigns across the solar system and war is a concept from the past.
But a mad scientist wants to conquer the world.
Of course, there was a pilot that was filmed, which ultimately was not aired and has not been aired since. Some people have claimed that, hey, Bioman wasn't a Americanized adaptation, it was just an Americanized dub that was being brought to the U.S. But recent footage, not recent footage, I should say, recent evidence does show that it looks like it was an actual adaptation that was being worked on by, again, Saban. While the pilot footage may have been lost and has not really been ever seen, a promotional video had started surfacing a couple of years back. I know I did show a little bit of what it was consisting of, but I will go ahead and link you guys in the video description below, obviously with that information. With that being said, of course, one of the most notable things and really kind of cool thing to think about is actor Mark Dacascos. Oh man, I'm gonna butcher his last name. Mark Dacascos. Mark Dacascos, who was most likely known for his role as Bioman in the American adaptation of Kamen Rider Ryuki entitled Kamen Rider Dragon Knight, was supposed to play the role of Victor Lee and had acknowledged the role in the past. Well, Mark Dacascos has also happened to have small roles in films like Cradle to the Grave and, of course, the most recent John Wick 3. Another really interesting thing about Super Sentai almost coming over to the US is that Marvel, if you guys didn't know, Marvel actually teamed up with Toei to produce a couple of seasons of Super Sentai and also helped produce the the most notable Supaidaman, which I think it was pronounced Supaidaman, which was the Japanese Spider-Man show, which did kick off the tradition of Super Sentai having giant mecha to fight giant monsters. Thank you, Marvel. Besides that, Marvel actually wanted to try to adapt Battle Fever J in the US, but just like Bioman, years after, it did not really take off the way Marvel would want it to. Anyways, guys, thank you for tuning in. It's sorry that I've been a little away for a bit. Got settled in the new place. Obviously, you can see behind me, brand new setup. Obviously, more videos will be coming soon, and of course, I am going to be trying to work a little bit more on some different things happening. Possibly some talks about what could we expect for the next season of Power Rangers Beast Morphers, maybe what's going to happen with Spidey being in the MCU, or now not being in the MCU, who's going to be cast in the MCU going forward, different things like that. Also, guys, I do want to say again, thank you for stopping by. Please check out the links in the description below for, details on social media, following me on different platforms. Otherwise, again, guys, thank you for tuning in to nerdspotco. This has been Jess here, and I will see you soon. Bye.
This is our journey.